Awesome stuff. Time to call your shot, brought to you by Southern California Toyota. Jay Hare, 316 career batting average, I'm told, against the Marlins. So you've got the honors tonight.
Yeah, a lot of it was against D-Train. I appreciate it, D-Train. Love you, brother. You know, I'm going with a guy who is yet to homer. That's right. I'm going with Maximus Muncy, that funky Muncy. Big fly tonight.
Number 1 of the year.
Book it.
Love it. I like the call, Jerry. It's Japanese heritage night. I mean, and he always knows how to, come through in the big moments. Shohei Ohtani, he goes deep. I know we've been talking. He hasn't homered in like 12 days. So,
really?
Yeah, I know. See, you're like, he's deep tonight.
Well, the control room, they want to ride the hot hand, and since I'm 2 for 2 the last couple of days, try to make it 3 for 3 tonight. I'm going with Fab Five Freddie Freeman because he's got a very modest 3-game hitting streak going. I say tonight, multi-hit game, knocks in a run as well.
Love to see it.
All right.
We go to the home half of the first. Scoreless here at Dodger Stadium on a 62-degree clear Monday night here in Los Angeles. Ocean Bank starting lineup for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani will lead things off, to be followed by Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman here in the bottom of the first. And yes, indeed, earlier today, Major League Baseball announced that Andy Pages is the Co-National League Player of the Week, as Nelly mentioned, along with Diamondback slugger Eugenio Suarez. Pages is in center field, batting 7th for Dave Roberts tonight, as Eddie Cabrera's first pitch of the ball game, a 94-mile-an-hour changeup, pulled the string on Ohtani. It's 0-1. Edward Cabrera started the game last September, in which Shohei Ohtani was 6 for 6 with 3 homers. He reached that elusive 50-50 plateau. He doubled and singled versus Cabrera in that game, an eventual 20-4 Dodger victory at Lone Depot Park.
Yeah, 17 total bases in that game last year.
The Dodgers are coming off a series victory against the Pittsburgh Pirates. They are red hot. Edward Cabrera's got to find a way to get them out here tonight.
Well, there's the numbers. The elevated ERA 6.14. You look at the walks, almost 5 per 9. That's something you cannot do against this Dodger lineup. You want to attack the zone, and with Cabrera, I think a lot of it is mental.
There's a swing of a line drive into right field, sinking fast and down for a base hit in front of Kyle Stowers. First base runner of the night for either side, as we take a look at the Marlins defense here in game 1.
Well, Wagaman over there in left field gets another start for the Marlins. Sanchez in center field, Stowers in right. Yeah, Paulie getting the start at third. Edwards, Lopez, Mervis over at first. Ramirez behind the plate, catching Cabrera.
Third start of the season in left field for Eric Wagaman. 7th start in center for Jesus Sanchez. Agustin Ramirez making his 4th start behind the plate. Rand Paulie at third base. That's his 17th start of the season at the hot corner. Change up knocks Mookie Betts, veteran shortstop and outfielder, off the plate. It's 1-0 on Betts, who's batting with so much star power. Let's get our way through the season. We're going to win our 85 to 90 games, and then we'll really turn this thing on come October. Here's the 1-2 to Betts. There goes Ohtani. Pitches a ball. The throw down to second is not in time. Team leading 7th stolen the base of the season for Shohei Ohtani, and the Dodgers have a man in scoring position with nobody out here in the first.
Well, he got a good pitch to run on. He got a curveball from Cabrera. There you see the jump. Cabrera's really slow with his delivery. Big high leg kick. Very slow in getting that ball out of his glove and delivering it to home plate.
12 in the Dodgers series over the weekend against the Pirates. As he swings and he hits it hard in the air to center field. Sanchez is going back shy of the track, and he puts the squeeze on out number 1. Ohtani will tag from second and go to third. Let's take a look at Edward Cabrera's arsenal here tonight. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud.
One out on contact when they're at third. Not so sure if Ohtani will do that.
Freeman swings. He lines it into center field, but it's 1-0 Los Angeles.
Well, I guess you don't have to worry about going on contact when you have one of the best hitters in baseball in Freddie Freeman.
15th run batted into the season for Freddie, the 35-year-old 8-time All-Star first baseman.
Well, these are how championships are won. Very productive in that first inning. You have a base hit by Ohtani. He steals a base, a sac fly from Betts, and then another base hit by Freeman. Probably the best 1-2-3 punch in baseball.
Last season, he led the National League in WAR, plate appearances, runs scored, homers, RBIs, OBP, slugging, OPS, and total bases. He is the entire package. And oh wait, there's more. He's expected to return to the mound this year as well.
Yeah, who knows when. He just threw in the bullpen, I think it was yesterday or a couple days ago, 35 pitches. He's just throwing fastballs. He's mixed in a few splits. What I read that I think Dave Roberts said he's not probably going to face live hitting until he starts snapping off some breaking balls. And once that happens, then he'll start seeing some live hitters.
This is a dangerous pitch here for Cabrera. And he missed high at 98. Now it's 3-0. This is where he has so often struggled so mightily. He gets guys on base, then he starts to fall behind in the count. He has, throughout the course of his career, been unable to stop the bleeding. As the 3-0 is at the knees and a called strike on Ohtani, who signed that 10-year, $700 million deal prior to last season, but he's receiving just a base salary of $2 million annually for the first 10 years of that contract. 3-1 on the way. And Ohtani lays off a changeup, and the Dodgers have the bases loaded with nobody out here in the bottom of the third, leading 1-0.
And like you mentioned, when he does get traffic on the bases, I think mentally he feels like he has to guide the ball into the strike zone and instead of throw it. When nobody's on, I think he really lets his pitches go. They're going to go out and give him a talk and then settle him down a little bit. Nobody out with Betts up. You ever then all of a sudden risk Betts hitting a ground ball where if you were back, you might have been able to play it. When you're halfway, it may get by.
Mookie Betts 0 for 1 tonight, hitting .235 against right-handed pitching this season. 1-1. Betts swings and he grounds it through the left side, a base hit. Muncy will score. Rojas will stop at third. Everybody will advance 90 feet, and it's 2-0. Well, there's that defensive alignment. And he just snuck it right through the left side.
Yeah, if you're the shortstop Edwards, you really have no reaction time when you're halfway. I don't think you're getting that ball anyway. It's probably getting past him. It was a changeup up. And now Cabrera, you have to get behind the plate. You know, you're sitting there hovering around the plate. If that ball gets behind, because then you're already broken down. You know, a lot of times if you want to slide step and you have the straight leg on that rubber, that foot that's on the rubber, you're still slow to the plate.
So walk me through what you see right here. So this is a stiff back leg.
He's got a straight back leg. So if you want to slide step, you immediately bend that back leg. You bend it a little bit more because that's going to automatically break down. So as soon as you lift that leg in a windup in a stretch position, when you start moving towards the plate, that back leg is breaking down anyway. So you want to start with an already broken down back leg, already bent leg, even more than what he's doing. And that'll allow you to break your hands right, get on top of the baseball. You're not losing any velocity on your fastball. You're not losing anything on your breaking ball as long as you're breaking right and getting on top of the baseball. That would help when you start thinking about the running game. But they don't really slide step anymore because I think a lot of it, like I mentioned, is the analytics saying, hey, go with the full windup. We'll have to try to figure out something to control the running game a little bit better.
Here's the 2-2 to Ohtani. That misses high.
But you really are not giving the catcher a chance at all, right, to throw anybody out.
Agustin Ramirez, fourth start of his major league career behind home plate tonight. Dodgers have scored in the first, third, now the fourth. In the 3-2, Ohtani watches it outside, ball 4. It's quite the eye that he has at the plate. That curveball just missed. And now the Dodgers have been at first and second for Mookie Betts.
He doesn't really have that get me over slider to a lefty. When he gets ahead, then he can sweep it away.
There is just no let up in this Dodgers offense. Ohtani at the plate, Betts on deck, Freeman to follow. Sweeper misses low, ball 3. And the last thing you want to do when you just scored 5 in the top of the 6th inning to tie it is to immediately start giving them right back a half inning later.
You know Ohtani's going to look fastball. He wants something on the outer half and down.
Nice ball 4. The Dodgers have first and second with nobody out, and Ohtani is on base for the 4th time tonight.
Yeah, the 3rd time by walk. Well, you want something down and away, either a backdoor slider or that 2-seam fastball on the outer half, but down.
Swing and a miss. Good slider.
Yeah, good pitch. Anything down. That way you have a better chance of getting a ground ball. Ohtani probably looking fastball. He sees it well, but that was a really good slider in the back leg.
Now it's 2-2. Tinoco looking in, facing Shohei Ohtani here in the 8th. He struck him out with a slider, and there's 2 away.
2 really good sliders from Tinoco after falling behind 2-1. Almost the exact same pitch. That slider down at the back leg.
I was debut in a public in this city, like Los Angeles Mocha. That means like kind of can mixing everything.
How do you see baseball as a bridge between cultures, like Japan and America? How is baseball bridge the 2 cultures?
It's okay. So when I was collaboration first time in the Dodgers and like Japanese MLB in Japan, that reaction was the biggest in my life in Japan. That means like Japanese people super lovely for the baseball game. That moment I was mentioned again. That great thing.
Are you surprised at how quickly all your memorabilia sold out? Are you surprised that?
Oh yeah. I still having a question. This is true because I don't know. So what's the reality? Because I have no sample myself. That's why.
Last 2. Your art blends culture in colorful, accessible ways. Do you see any similarities between what you do and what sports represents?
Oh yes, like every day to training, up to keeping for the patient. But in here looks like everything is free, right? This gap is very close with our project, like our job, right?
Are you nervous? You threw out the first pitch in Tokyo. Are you more nervous to do it here?
Yeah.
But why are you more nervous here?
Okay, so I am much nervous in Tokyo because first time. So here is much more freedom feeling because I love US. That's why.